Hello again, we are back for one more video tonight. It'll be my 6th video today. I'm getting kind of tired. Last run didn't go so well as you expect. Let me think. Yeah, we'll do another random. I was thinking about maybe like doing an eat-in or something, but it's like, well, there we go. Never mind. It made that choice, and we got it. 9NPY W4D8. So right off the bat, we're gonna just pressing the Q and the E button here. This looks reasonable. Stats, I guess. I don't know. But we got a whole floor cleared for free, so that's nice. We'll get like both the secret rooms and whatever else. Damage the boss. Very nice. Range is up. Range up is alright. Couple of spirit dark hearts or black hearts or whatever you call them. Yeah, it's still the 26th. I mean, again, like, not very eventful right now. Just tired. Oh, I also did go to the grocery store too today. I forgot about that. I had to think for a second. I went to the grocery store before I went out running, and I picked up a big tub of yogurt. You know, like low sugar and like no flavoring, it's organic, you know, all that good stuff, pretty much. We'll keep that. I say we take this. Oh, we'll get both of these. Okay. I don't mind that. It's a free fly item. There's a no-fly zone out here. Okay. This is just kind of speeding things up now. That's real nice. I like it. Health upgrade is fine. That let us utilize. Oh, that's real nice. Paid out too. Look at that. Now our speed is like really good. It was like kind of lacking in the beginning, but we're fine. Curse of the blind, huh? Alright. Hopefully not like we don't get any like tiny planet or something weird. Okay. Oh, that was close. I think our angel thing locked it. That's right. Tier rate is pretty reasonable. Shot speed is pretty fast. It's nice. I don't know what would make. I don't know what kind of tiers make shot speed terrible if it's too high. Because like Ease Mascara absolutely tanks it and makes it like really bad. So I can't imagine what the effects would be negatively if it's too high. Okay, so we're gonna have to roll the dice here. Okay, we'll just pop that. Why not? Dull Razor, huh? Pandora's Box. I think it works for Devil Deals. I think. Or maybe just give us like the consumables. I don't know. It's a finicky spacebar item though. Yeah, I'm kind of liking commentary. Oh, I picked up some cabbage too today, and yeah, just additional cabbage because I was like starting to run out the other stuff, my other batch. I remember when I was a kid, I might have another topic here. I mean, it's kind of tied to sleep like the last episode, but it's more the lines of staying up. So the opposite of sleep. It's staying up longer and doing stuff. So when I was younger, we had like a bedtime of like 7 or 8 o'clock or something like that. In order to, like, you know, get up for school and just a bunch of other, you know, myriad of things. And so there was some nights where we had like late night television that we kind of watched. Or like in the you know, early evening, and you got The Simpsons and stuff that comes on. So there was that. Of course, when we were like, well, South Park has been around since like the late 90s. So like, when we had, by the time we got expanded cable, we were like, you know, watching it with our brother. And we got this. What am I doing? Okay, I had a feeling that that wasn't going to work. Okay. I guess we just we scoot. Well, actually, let's check the boss trap room here and see what we got going on. Okay, we might get a cricket's head or something here. That might be it. It's like a sax, but hey, that's nice. Still nice. Very nice. But anyways, like when I was a kid, we tried to like watch South Park and stuff like that. Be under Mom's back. Like whenever she would go upstairs to like get ready to go to bed and stuff, like we would switch it over to South Park and watch it. I see now it's like, yeah, that show definitely was not for children. But looking back, I mean, but like at the time it was like we didn't think much of it. Now the stuff is like all over the place. I don't know, you know what, let's fight you. I want to fight you. When's the last time I fought an angel statue? Oh boy. Well, it would have been a Delirium fight, but he's not technically an angel statue thing because, like, he just shape shifts to anything else. These angel rooms, I thought it was supposed to be like a little bit more common. These angel like secret rooms, super secret rooms, but maybe I just haven't found enough of them to see that was the case. But this is like the first time in a very long time that I ran into something like this. Another thing that we used to watch too, which was more of a daytime program, I think. Maybe they had some nights. Beavis and Butthead. and they were just typical late night programs. Like Adult Swim, they do their own late night stuff. I don't think we were so much into it back then as it was with like South Park and stuff. I don't know how long Adult Swim was around, but I watched it in the later years when I got older, and I mean, it's okay. Well, they had like something I used to watch the most on there. I didn't care about some of the other stuff that I can remember, which was like Robot Chicken. Because it just like parodies and stuff about movies and music and everything else, pop culture. And then like sometimes when I'm up at night too, in the later years, I would watch the Sci-Fi Network, and they would run the Twilight Zone for like I don't know how many hours in the night through the morning, and because of this, there isn't a whole lot going on, of course, with television. But I mean, it still isn't. Probably to this day, it's probably still like infomercials and stuff. I try like watching infomercials just for fun. It's just like they stretch these things on super long to like get people to, you know, catch people just in time in the middle of the night and be like, yeah, I can get this turkey carver or something, or sharp knives or something for like whatever the occasion. They try to hook you in. I mean, Adult Swim, they did their own kind of weird stuff too, like little weird random programs and whatever. Little chest. Not what I'm looking for, but you know, it's what it is. I wonder if key pieces count as like something that can be used for sacrificial altar. Probably not. It'd be cool though. Get 2 pieces and it'll count for 2 items. It's like I changed my mind. No. If they did that, then like people who want to get to Mega Satan, they rely and get rid of the other stuff. They can't, because they'll just like jeopardize their run. Okay. Alright. There we go. That's real nice now. See where we're going. I remember when we had a GameCube and my mom got Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I don't think she caught me or anything, but maybe it was pretty obvious later on that I wasn't getting much sleep because I would stay up. Okay, so like my mom would sleep in the other room, and then I and a couple other siblings sleep in another room separate from that, and hers. And so like even when I was a kid, I was trying to stay up to like watch cartoons or whatever when I was really little, and trying to find different ways to like, you know, prevent my mom from finding out and telling me to go back to sleep or whatever. I tried all sorts of different things. Some of them kind of work for a little bit, and then she just faints out. It's like, go to bed. I used to put like a blanket over the television and try to turn the volume real low. I'm like real up close to the TV, waiting for whatever to come on. And she's like, what are you doing? Go to bed. Or like, especially with like playing video games too. That isn't too bad. And so that was an issue. And, well, for her, not too much for me. So then, when we got Tony Hawk Underground 2, I was so, like, into that game so much. It was such a good game. Still is. I haven't played it in a while, but it was such a good game, I wanted to play more of it. But the problem was, like, one, like school. Two, I had to take turns with my siblings playing on the system. And three, we go to bed early. So, I had to figure out a clever way to get around that, so to speak. And so, then I thought about this one room we had upstairs, and it wasn't clean and stuff. It wasn't like organized. It was just kind of a mess, really. But so what I did was I made like sort of, kind of a way to get in there. So I can like plop down a small television in there, and then the GameCube and stuff, and play. And I did that. And it was perfect because, like, you know, my mother's downstairs, I was upstairs. I was in a totally different room of the house that nobody would at least suspect me of being in. And I remember one night I played all the way through the morning. What we got going on here? Oh. Whatever, I don't know why that's popping up. Anyways, I remember one memory of it. Maybe I did it once, I don't know. Can't recall. But one memory I had of it was I was up there playing through the night, and then as I was playing stuff later on, I heard birds chirping. It's like, what the heck? Birds chirping? Look outside and it looks like it's starting to become like sunrise. And I'm like, oh no. And you know that feeling you get where it's like you got a funky feeling when you haven't got enough sleep and you feel kind of icky and stuff? Yeah, I was feeling that too. It was just nasty. I didn't like it. And I forgot what happened afterwards. Like, I don't know if it was a weekend or if it's school day or something. I mean, I probably didn't function too well in school with lack of sleep. Like, I don't know. Maybe it stopped eventually, either because like my mother was finding out about what was going on with that and wanted me to, I don't know, whatever. Or like, I decided to stop doing that because I was just like tired. I learned my lesson. Is like, yeah, I see why you want us to go to bed early and not stay up to the night, because I was probably pretty tired at that point that day. There might have been occasions, I can't recall, of staying up late and then like having a lack of sleep. I don't know. I would think there would be occasions that was the case when I was younger. I remember when my brother used to take me to his band practice thing. I was just so bored. It's like around 8 or 9 o'clock that they have these practices for like an hour or so. I'm just so bored. And what sucks was, like, I would get tired and stuff because I was just so bored, nothing to do. And I'd try to like curl in a ball and like fall asleep. And it was so difficult too because you're not only trying to sleep on a hard floor, but you also like sleeping with all the lights on and stuff. All these like high beam lights in the hallway. Oh, we got spun. Cool. So, yeah, that was something else. That doesn't destroy the hands? What? And then another thing I remembered, my brother was visiting someone that's around that same age or so, and I didn't care so much about visiting this person because I don't know who they were, what they were, and whatever. We would visit her like off and on. And fortunately for me, though, I was able to fall asleep there because she had a nice comfy bed, and I enjoyed sleeping on that comfy bed. So every time I went over there, I associate visiting her with sleeping in the comfy bed. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have too many memories of her, but I remember sleeping over there. I don't know, back then, too, it's like, I didn't have the healthiest diet either, so that was kind of a huge culprit. Not so much with, like, a lack of sleep, it's just diet issues. Which I fixed now, and now, like, I do get tired, like, I'm tired right now. I'm surprised I'm alert and talking right now. But I don't stay up as often, you know, late as what I used to. And very rarely do I stay up through the night. I've had naps here and there, though, but it's like, yeah. Oh, it reminds me of an episode from The Simpsons when the Flanders took Lisa and Maggie and Bart and for foster care, and they're telling them it's time for bed and stuff, get them all ready for bed. But it's like 4 p.m. or something like that. The kids are still like outside playing, and like open to like a screen window or something. Not a screen window, but a covering of a window. And when they one of them did that, like seeing a bunch of kids outside playing and stuff like that. It's just completely bright daylight out. Oh, and that's super crazy. I mean, crazy in the sense it's like, man, like, because like us kids, we would get up and we go to bed like at 9 a.m. or something, right? Not 9 a.m. What am I thinking? 9 p.m. 8 or 9 p.m., something like that. Sometimes 10, sometimes 7, something like that. It kind of varies. The thing is, we got school around 8 something. But the buses come between like 7:45, something like that, depending on what school I was going to at the time. And yeah, so that's well over like 8 hours of sleep. Of course, I guess too, I have to contribute as well. Like, our mother had to get all three of us up, and then like get us ready, get us clean, get us, going, get our stuff together, whatever else. I suppose that adds a little bit of leeway time, but still, like, there's still a bunch of leftover time. If we were to gut up exactly 8 hours. So like, so literally we get up 5 in the morning. If we go to bed at 9 p.m., which we never get up like 5 in the morning. So we get extra sleep. I guess that's nice, extra sleep. I'm just saying, it's like, in theory, we could stay up later. But my mother wasn't going to have it. Well, that, and like, she works late too. That's another thing too, like, she would work late, and like when she would work late on nights, like, our grandmother would be the ones trying to put us to bed. And we're a little bit more of a hassle to her than our mother because, yeah, we were just ornery. Like that. Oh, the memories. Now my sister, she puts her infant to sleep. So she gives her nap times. So that, I guess, helps with their energy levels and whatever. And I don't know what else. Like, it's a benefit for infants, I guess, because they sleep more, of course. And yeah. And then, like, at night, she's typically put to bed between 8 and 8:30. Rarely does she stay up. Well, that's a good start. Because, like, when you have a baby, they don't have a internal clock of when they're supposed to go to sleep or something. So you have to, like, set something and be consistent. Because eventually they're going to follow it. They're going to know the schedule and stuff internally. And they start getting sleepy and they start getting tired and stuff, and it's, yeah. If I had a kid, I would give it a bunch of Mountain Dew. Hey, we got Guppy. Let's go. I had a weird feeling that was going to be Guppy too. Anyways, as I was saying, another thing too is like our mother would like not give us soda too late and whatever. And because it's a lot of soda typically has a bunch of sugar in it, of course, and whatnot, and even caffeine too, and that just like makes it worse. Now, what she used to do, and I don't recommend, or just kind of be upfront right now, I don't recommend or do this to anybody, whether they're a child or adult, because it's been proven research that this is not good for them to be doing this in order to put any child or human being asleep, even if they can't sleep. Now that aside, our mother used to like give us some Benadryl to go to sleep or whatever, or calm us down. Yeah, Benadryl. And Benadryl it's an allergy medicine, and of course the side effect is drowsiness. And I mean, you could probably read the research yourself, but it's like you don't give it to someone for the purpose of sleep and stuff. There's been negative effects with that. And there's linked research, but you know, my mother didn't know better, so I don't think she wasn't really doing it, to be honest with you, with in the sense of like trying to harm us kids or anything. It's just that she just didn't know better, you know. And I'm not excusing her behavior, you know, by any means for like what had happened. It's just that she just didn't have that knowledge, you know. Like for me, like over the years, I didn't have a lot of knowledge about like, you know, what the means was for me to keep healthy and keep a healthy weight and stuff like that. I've been struggling with that for years, up to like, you know, a few years ago. Until a few years ago. And you know, same things with what I learned about through books about like things that you kind of recognize in a parent that they shouldn't have done, that they could have taken a different approach if they would have known. And I've learned a lot about, like, as I talked about in other videos. That's nice. That's nice too. But we're going to take with Satanic Bible. But what I've noticed was, like the books I was reading, as I talked about in other videos, is it opened up things I just never realized about, like, just different things and you know, in the world. So like I'm talking about, like, before, it's like children, about how you say things and how you put things in order for them to like function healthy and stuff. That's a good book I recommend, is 3 Million Words, which dives into a lot about how you speak to a child and how you present to a child and how you put things with the child, you know, for understanding and stuff like that. And so, like, for example, one thing that kind of stood out to me that I remember my mother was doing a little bit around us, which was praising us for, like, the actions we're doing. No, praising us as people after we do an action, rather than praising us for doing an action that was hard. And, I mean, for an average person, it may sound like, well, you know, I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, I didn't either. And there's nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, praising a child for, you know, being gifted and stuff. But the psychology behind that is when you do that too much, or you just do that, period, like, what happens is the child feels like it's not good enough. Like, it develops some kind of a thing that's opposite to what they're being told. It's weird. Like, it doesn't apply to, like, other things, of course, when you raise a child. So rather what you do is you praise. So you say, like, say they picked up some toys off the floor or something, right? So rather than saying, like, oh, thank you for, you know, picking up these toys, and let's see what else I added here. Thank you for picking up these toys, and okay, hold on, I had it. So they pick up the toys, and it's like, oh, thank you, you're such a hard worker, da-da-da, you know what I mean? Instead of saying something like that, you say something like this. It's like, oh, you picked up all these toys? I bet that was such hard work and you were able to do it easily, or something like that. You know, something like that, I mean. And what happens is this reinforces their development to feel like that these certain actions is getting praise for being hard work, therefore they feel like as though they should be pushing themselves more. Now for my mother, so I'll give you some context with that. And so for my mother in this case was, she was doing more in the lines of praising the individual, like us, rather than like, you know, our abilities to accomplish, you know, this, and that it's such a hard task or something, or some kind of like, you know, wording that makes it sound as though it's something honorable. And yeah. Now for me, I mean, now granted, like, I only have so much memories about her raising us, so it's possible she could have like slipped that here and there with that kind of thing. I might not just remember, but I do remember about the farmer, which is the way how she kind of presented herself. So like, what I'm getting at is like with this Benadryl stuff and everything, it's like she didn't have that complete understanding and that full knowledge and, you know, seriousness. Well, not seriousness, but she didn't have the resources, and she didn't know where to find those kind of resources at the time to like make those judgmental decisions. I think it was more in the lines of because she maybe had experience with Benadryl and being drowsy and tired, that that she felt like if that makes her drowsy and kind of tired, maybe she can use that to put the kids to sleep, you know, easier or something, if they're rowdy or something. Perhaps. I think that's probably is the case, or was the case, I mean. An unfortunate case, but it's nice to see, though. It's like I could see through that and understand, like, kind of the flaws about some of her parental, like, decision-making and stuff, and some of the benefits that came out of it. You know, as I learn more stuff, you know, keep learning more stuff and everything, and, you know, heal from, like, you know, any issues from the past, like, I kind of learned to recognize more about, you know, how to treat, you know, human beings to an extent. Now, I kind of struggle with my siblings because of, like, they're still kind of sucked into the zone about things, and when I see things that are just going wrong, that they shouldn't be going wrong, and they're making, especially other individuals' lives worse, that, in their lives, then it's kind of hard to, like, you know, take a step back and get away from it. Because it kind of upsets me about seeing certain patterns that's very similar to this other individual, my other sibling. Like my sister, for example, and her kid. And I see things that are a mistake that she's doing, but then she's got some benefits that she's doing well, too. And a lot of it kind of stems with some personal issues that she does not want to address personally. Even though we've kind of talked about maybe, like, seeing some therapy or something. But she kind of refuses because of she's not having the boyfriend to be involved either. And I think what that is, like, especially with relationships, just because the other, you know, significant other doesn't want to, like, do it, like, you know, get involved, that should not discourage you whatsoever to, like, not look for some assistance to kind of like cope with some things and find different strategies to like deal with the with life's hardships. And I know my youngest brother kind of struggles with that, and he finds other unhealthy means to resolve it, so to speak. Which is unfortunate, of course. Marked. Okay, no, that's not too bad with marked. Because we're near the end, we got a lot of damage, we got plenty of health. But it's kind of funny, it just comes up there. Might just play around a bit, just kind of finish things off here with this discussion, but I think with like raising children, like I might be saying all this kind of stuff that, you know, would help a child, but I haven't personally like have a child to where it's like I can like do these things, you know, consistently, because it is a challenge when you do it initially. You don't always like follow those kind of things at first. I mean, you try to and stuff, but it's like, I mean, some things like, you know, in general, like it's kind of hard to like stick with a habit, of course, a new habit. You just have to, you know, be committed and be consistent with like doing that, and it's extremely important, especially with a child and having a significant other that this individual's raising, whether it's a child that is, you know, born by blood or if it's like adopted, it doesn't matter. It's like, that's an interesting fact. I didn't think Mark would work with chocolate milk. Wait, what's going on? Okay, yeah. Forgot. Yeah, so like over the years, like I've been getting better and better at like, you know, coming to an understanding with my mother and some of her parental choices. And understand about like her background and with what's been going on in her life and stuff, and it's an interesting like thing to kind of like consider. You can't really take it personally because it's like it's already happened, and I know it's pretty easy to take it personally, but it's like you can't really do anything to like change it. You know, it's just happened and stuff. You just have to learn to like resolve it, whatever that is. And healthy means, at least. I remember one time, for example, like, I mean, I used to eat like a bunch of chips and junk food when I was a kid, and I guess my mother was blaming me for like eating a bag of chips and stuff like that. Even though it wasn't me, it was actually my sister that ate it. But she didn't have proof that I ate it. She only has the suspicion that because I like eating them so much, and of course I have snuck out with them, just like my sister, she was blaming me. You know, no hard evidence. And I think that's also a trap too. I don't think she was really thinking too clearly at the time with that, and I'm not like resenting her or, you know, putting her on fire because of this ordeal I'm talking about now. I'm using it as an example about like just choices that she made a mistake from, and she probably didn't think too much of the ordeal to like consider about the other possibilities. I think what's really crucial though with parents, you know, seeing it with my mother, stuff like that, is if you're committed to be with someone, to have a child with it, you got to make sure, like, I mean, of course her circumstances were like totally different, and there was a lot of stuff that I'm not going to go into because it's very complicated. But I'm saying, as a sense, it's like if you want to be with someone, you know, you don't want to be like with someone that doesn't want to put much effort into something, and, you know, with parenting or whatever, and you got to like make sure you're on your A game to like do what you can for your child, because a child is an extremely vulnerable creature, and as such, you want to make sure like they get as much proper care as you can for them, and that they function as decent human beings in society, and yeah. I think that was a really productive episode, honestly. We had a really good run. We had a really good like topic. Kind of trailed off from staying out to like parental stuff. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I guess with that, with my understanding over the years of parental stuff to an extent. I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything, or sociologist either. Yeah, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.